Hello, Mustang Luke 00 with Lootcraft here, back with another GTA 5 PvP video. I guess you can call what's in this video PvP. Before we get into the main part of the video, I'm going to explain how this battle started. So, I joined a random session with Spider, and I got my Avenger out. I just wanted to... Me and him just wanted to mess around, test other vehicles and whatever. And this guy on an Oppressor Mark II, what a surprise, another Mark II broomstick, comes up behind me. Fires a bunch of rockets at me. I raise my altitude and he tries to chase me, but I eventually outrun him and he turns around. Later on, he starts going after randoms. Although I'm pretty sure he was going after randoms before this, because he seems to go after players that did absolutely nothing to provoke him, including myself. And I end up gliding back to my facility. As you saw just a few seconds ago, the engine cut out. The other one cut out while I was in the city, and then that one cut out while I was over the mountains, well, over the Alamo Sea, or Sandy Shores, wherever it was. Anyways, don't know what happened there, but okay. I end up getting in my Stormberg and driving back down to the city, and he's in a Conjolly, blowing everybody up for no apparent reason. I end up driving past him and he blows me up. So I get my Hydra to counter his Conjolly, and I start going on strafing runs until I'm able to destroy his Conjolly. Right here, the first strafing run, unfortunately, I believe, missed. And if you pay attention to the radar, you'll notice he managed to kill somebody during that strafing run and then disappeared. I thought maybe he had gone off radar, but I realized shortly after that, like a few seconds after that, it didn't give me a notification. Like right there, how that player went off radar. It gave me a notification for that. It would give you a notification for Ghost Organization or if a player went off radar. But it didn't for him. Which means he had either teleported or went to a job so he wouldn't show up on radar. So I come over here thinking maybe he teleported to his facility and landed my Hydra. I went under here to check the pause menu so he couldn't orbital cannon me. And I start scrolling through all the players till I find where he went to confirm whether or not he went into his facility. Found him. He decided to teleport to his house. What a surprise, he ran into a player that can actually fight back, and he runs. I find players like this very disappointing. They don't even try to do anything. If you're able to counter them, they run, they hide, and then they get annoyed when you manage to get a kill on them and try and make up some kind of excuse to make it look like you're the one who has no skill. Yet it's them. It's... Anyways, my point here is the players that don't have any skill run into a player that has somewhat of an amount of skill, and then try and hide and make you look like the one who's in the wrong, or the player who has skill is in the wrong. Anyways, I call my insurance, prepare my Stormberg, and I go this way, or away from my jet, so I can call it back in. I was going to go ahead and mess around, because I was thinking maybe he wouldn't come out of his apartment, but later on he came out of his apartment a couple of times, killed a couple of other random players for no apparent reason, like he's been doing the entire session. And that's when, I guess you can call it fun. That's when it begins. Occasionally checking my map to see what he's doing. I had stopped under there so he couldn't orb me, just in case he had teleported to his facility. That was entirely on me. But you could see on the radar that players are piling up outside of his apartment. These are other players that he was attacking earlier. I get to the apartment. I put a couple of proximity mines in front of the garage and outside the front entrance. But unfortunately, a civilian walked over one of them and blew themselves up. So I placed another one down further back where the NPCs don't walk. And then I drive away. Because I'm not going to wait outside of their apartment. The other players in the area, they're pretty much doing the same, something similar to what I'm doing, just driving around in the area. This is just a bonus clip. I figured that since it hasn't really been entertaining, at least to me it wasn't entertaining, I figured I'd add this little clip.
What's going on?
Spider,
Okay,
I just want to know how you managed that.
And what are you prepared to pay? Okay, let me speak to someone.
Anyways, back to his apartment. He came out and attacked a couple of players and went back into his apartment after he noticed I was getting closer to him. So at this point, we decide that we are gonna wait outside of his apartment. Now, the next few minutes aren't going to be very entertaining in terms of PvP, because not really much happens. But in that previous clip, I had set a bounty on him, so he didn't go into passive. As you can see right here, I'm pretty sure a few other players have reported him, which is why he has the dunce cap on. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish by sending the bounty on me. I'm not going to go into passive. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Spider. Dude, I asked him nicely not to run over my car, and he had his tank like pushed right up against my car, and he killed the engine. Thanks again, Spider. That was very green of you. Like I said, it's not going to be very, very entertaining, so you can just skip the next couple of minutes until he finally does come out of his apartment. If you pay attention to the radar, you'll notice that he is no longer in his apartment, nor is he in his garage. But it takes quite a while for him to actually come out of the apartment. I was thinking maybe he had teleported to his facility or somewhere else for whatever reason. But he ended up just getting stuck on a loading screen for a long period of time. No, he didn't leave the session when he got stuck on the loading screen. He just eventually got out of the loading screen. I've asked Spider to keep an eye on the garage, just in case he got a car. And as soon as he comes out of the apartment, I shotgun him. I will admit, the first kill he had on me was somewhat clean. He used a Conjali against the Stormberg. Strangely enough, the Stormberg only took one shot. But, his methods afterwards,
Hello, how you doing?
well, pretty much the entire time, honestly, didn't really, weren't very clean. Armored tank against some kind of submarine thing. Yeah, I will admit, he got me there. But as for attacking randoms for no apparent reason, I just don't understand. But as soon as that happened, he had teleported again. This time not into his apartment, into his facility. I'd realized what had happened as soon as it happened because I was watching the radar. So I went into my apartment and immediately invited Spider and Incognito. And then went to my map to see what he was going to do. Why is my phone going off? I've been in my apartment for quite a while now. Nothing interesting had happened, which is why I just skipped to this part. Spider and Incognito decided they were going to leave the apartment, and they went in, I believe it was an Insurgent. They went to the mask shop. While I was just scrolling through my clothes or whatever, trying to think of a different outfit to use, maybe. I don't know, maybe some military style jeans or something. Hey, I've been saying almost the entire video, it's not going to be very entertaining. I also said at the beginning, I guess you can call it PvP, something along those lines. Because it was player versus player, it wasn't entertaining PvP, at least not to me. But me, Spider, and Incognito were in the same Xbox Live party. We were just talking, and then something had happened while I was scrolling through my clothes. Why do I even have these? You hear that? That's the sound of a tryhard beating his meat. If you'll pay attention to the kill feed, the two players I named earlier, Incognito and Spider, that left to go to the mask shop, got orbitaled right before they got there. So I leave my apartment, and when I leave my apartment, he leaves his facility, and then he goes off radar. So, I activate Ghost Organization, and then I hear the missile warning. I realize it's him. I get a lock onto him. I fire as soon as I get the chance. And then I end up killing him. And then, guess what happens? He left. Instead of, teleporting back to his apartment or going to his facility to, I don't know, try and orbital us again. I'm actually surprised that he left. Not really. That was sarcasm. Anyways, if you did somehow enjoy this video, with all that said and done, with all that said and done out of the way, if you did enjoy this video somehow, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that said, have a nice day. This is my car, and goodbye.